What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to give you a quick update on the GT500 wreck, where we're at on that, what we've learned from my insurance company, from the police report, and where we go from here. If you didn't catch the video we filmed on the side of the road after we got hit on the interstate down in Birmingham, we were in an accident, 3 cars involved. A car in the very back hit a car in the middle who hit us, pushed us over into another lane, and I was able to get over on the side of the road with no more damage, and no one was injured in the accident, thank goodness. But here's where we're at. The gentleman in the very rear, we've got the police report now. The gentleman in the very rear put a wrong phone number down. So he basically made up a bogus phone number from the same area that he's from. So you can't really contact him in this case. We know he's at fault. He put down Enterprise Rent-A-Car for his insurance coverage. We have found out that he does have Enterprise coverage, but we don't know to what extent. So we're having to dig into that and see if we're going to be able to be made whole by Enterprise, but it's not looking good. And we so far can't get in contact with that individual. He's from the Atlanta area, and it looks like he's going to skate on this thing. Now, I mentioned in our previous video about this that I do have a policy rider that basically makes me whole if I total my vehicle. I didn't know that. I thought it made me whole on a stated value that I picked of $95,000 if this car was in an accident and was no longer worth what it should have been based off market. With the accident on it, it's going to depreciate. Even if we fix the vehicle, it's going to be depreciated. How much? I mean, it's hard to tell in this market. The car, I believe, is worth somewhere between $90,000 and $95,000. I paid $80,000 for it, which was right around sticker. Here's what it boils down to. Like I said in the thumbnail and the title, it looks like I'm getting screwed on this one. I want to show you a little bit of the damage that we've sustained. This won't be a totaled out event unless the hit was so severe. This is where the main hit was. If that was severe enough to actually bend the frame up underneath, then we may have a case there, but I don't think it's going to get anywhere near totaled out at this point, which that's the worst case scenario with the type of insurance that I have. So you can see it's separated here. Trunk doesn't line up, so this is like actually shifted up. I don't know if we got into this quarter panel or not. I'm headed to get quotes from 2 collision centers in Knoxville, and I'll have those quotes for you in this video. So we've got busted tail light, busted cover back here. None of that's a big deal. I'm more concerned with what's under the bumper, and we probably won't know that today. You can tell there's misalignment over here as well. This thing's almost pinching onto the quarter panel, and then this separated the worst. We had to tape this up and drive it home, but we don't know what's under there. Now, I've held off on filing a claim with my insurance. I've been in information gathering mode with a lot of different friends in the insurance industry, a lot of different friends in the car industry, because I'm trying to do this right, and I want to know all my options before we take that next step that we can't come back from. I've talked to an attorney, talked to several different people that know a whole lot more about this than I do. Now, it looks like I'm getting screwed. 20 grand, 25, however you want to calculate it, or whatever you think this vehicle's worth once it's fixed. But once it's fixed, it does have a Carfax accident on it. It's not worth 80, which was the sticker, and it's definitely not worth that value over sticker that people are paying right now. The car only has about 6,000 or 7,000 miles on it, so it should have been worth 92 to 95 if I wanted to trade this on something else. That's a big part of how we make money on this channel, is buying cars, holding them, use them for videos, and then selling them or trading them in on a higher price vehicle, because we've traded up substantially so far. But it looks like we're hosed. So let's talk about what's next. Since the accident in the 500, I have been driving the C8 Vet. Love this car. It is only a 2-seater. That doesn't work awesome for hauling the family around. I can't even go pick the kids up from school because I only have seat for 1 passenger. The accident really makes me sick. My back still hurts a little bit, but I've got over all the physical stuff. But what really makes me sick is I wasn't at fault, but I'm not going to be made whole. I still have a couple steps I'm going to go through with insurance just to try to make sure that I can't get that diminished value or depreciated value. People call it different things. And that's something I've learned about since making the first video. And I'm going to show you those collision repair quotes here in just a second to see what my actual cost to fix this is. And that's not what I'm concerned about. If I'm out 20 grand and that's what ends up happening, do I take that car, twin turbo it, and do some just radical build stuff with that, because I've already lost that value that I look to get every time we make a trade with a car for the channel? Or do I just say I'm sick with it, put it on eBay, see what happens? Those are the two choices I have right now, and hopefully with some more research I'm going to get more options. None of the drivetrain was affected whatsoever. Let's hear this bad boy start up. Inside, probably a 4-day cold start. I hope it starts. It's still a Predator. Let's go real quick and find out what it's going to cost to actually repair the damage. It'll only take a second for you. I promise I won't waste your time. Now, as I pull out of the garage here, I will say this. Daily driving the GT500 is way better than the C8. If you're a Ford guy on our channel, like a Ford to the bone, you already thought that and you already knew that, but a lot of people think that C8, it does. It handles like a McLaren, but it's so much tighter. There's not really room for much in the front of the back. I mean, yes, you can get a set of golf clubs, but I mean, I've hauled 4 wheels, the wheels that are on this car, the custom wheels, I've hauled them in this car to go have them put on. I've hauled tires in here. You can actually daily drive this thing, and I can put the whole family in here as well, so it's definitely a better daily driver. So I just met with the estimate agent. He's inside writing up the estimate right now. He says this will probably, and you can't tell until you get the bumper cover off, but it will probably qualify as a moderate accident when my Carfax report happens, and you kind of see what you're getting if you were to buy this car from me later. It did get into the quarter panel a little bit. He's confirmed that. He's also saying that most likely when you take that bumper cover off, the rear bumper portion is slid up into some of the body panels. So we've got problems there. It's going to have to be fixed. Not going to total out. We're going to have that quote for you here in just a second, but this sucks. Like, I'm in the probably the between the cracks worst situation you can be in on this thing, because I'm going to have that diminished value. So I'm going to keep fighting and talking and figuring and talking to different people and finding out what I can do with insurance to be able to try to get made whole on the value that I've lost at this point, even though the car's not totaled. I'm not trying to make a mountain out of an anthill, but it does suck when you lose that extra value over and above, especially if that's your business model, and that's what we're working with here. So let's see what this quote is. So here's the quote. We've had a lot of haters say that this is just a fender bender. There's nothing to it. You're being a sissy. Well, I'm here to confirm for you. Let me flip to the back page. We have $10,000 worth of damage, and that is just to replace what you can see on the outside. And they say when they get in here, this bumper is gonna have shifted into some of the, not necessarily the frame, but some of the other things that attach to the frame, and that could be substantially more. So we're looking at anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 in damage here, and about $20,000 in lost value. I'm gonna keep you posted. I'm gonna walk you through this whole process with me. I love your all's advice down in the comments. Some of that actually helped us last time, so let me know what you think we should do here and what the next step should be. It's a mess, guys. We do have a merch drop coming up, so if you want to support the channel, stay tuned on social media, Facebook and Instagram, and also here on YouTube, and we'll let you know just in a few days when we do our first merch drop. That may be a good way for us to try to get made whole on this. Guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.